Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm talking about expanding your thinking better. Stop allowing social media, TV, all these outlets to tell you how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be in life, what life's supposed to look for you at a certain age. That's why I look at a lot of podcasts. I read some books. I listen to audiobooks. Two books that I really like. If you guys have never read these two books, even if you don't have time to read it, the audiobooks are on YouTube. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill and the Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck. Though it lines up with a lot what God has in his original plan for our lives and how we supposed to be. Even the Bible say the renewing of our mind, be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds. Like, we have to transform our thinking. We can't continue to think how we used to think when we were in our youth. We have to think differently, because your destiny depends on it. What you do in life, if you want to be successful, it all depends on you transforming how you think. And you can't wear the same shoes throughout life on your journey. And that's what I was trying to get at the other day when I said I didn't want to talk about my story. It's not that I didn't want to talk about my story. It was time for me to take those shoes off. I've walked that journey already. It's time for me to put on a different pair of shoes. The thing is, like, the first part of your life, if that journey had you with some tennis shoes on, learning how to survive, it's going to come a time when you got to take those tennis shoes off and put on you some nice dress shoes or some nice heels, because you're going to have to step into a different environment. You're going to have to step into a different room and present yourself differently. So you just have to be mindful of when that time comes. I talked about my relationship all last year. It was time for me to take those shoes off. It was time for me to put on some new shoes, because I was going into a new level. Well, I'm going into a new level. I'm like, we steady transition. We don't stay the same. Even though we go through one transitioning stage, that's not going to be the only transitioning stage. It's going to be another, and it's going to be another, because you're going to be doing different things, especially when you being directed by God. So you have to be really mindful of when to take heed when you're in a transition stage, and you have to not let that stage pass you by, because it will pass you by if you're not paying attention. Like I said, if you cannot read those two books, listen to the audios. Set aside some time and really pay attention to what's being said in those books. The Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck and Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And I make sure a lot of stuff that I read and listen to, it lines up with what God's word is. And that's a part. That's why I say, that's why I brought up the Bible verse, be ye renewed by the transforming of your mind, because those books help you to think differently, to remove old thinking. But you guys have an awesome day. I will be back on tomorrow. Be safe. Be blessed. Love you guys.